The cherry tree. Here in the Himalaya foothill where Rakesh lived with his grandfather, there were few fruit trees. The soil was stony and the dry cold wind stunted the growth of most plants, but on the more sheltered slopes there was forest of oak and deodar. Rakesh's parents live in a small village 50 milli away where there were no school in the village. As soon as the boy was a school going age, they sent him to stay with his grandfather in Missouri. His grandfather was a retired forest ranger. He had a little cottage outside the town. One day on his way home from school, Rakesh bought a bunch of cherries for a 50 paise. He was eating the cherries while walking, and by the time he reached the cottage, there were only three cherries left. Have a cherry, grandfather, he said as soon as he saw his grandfather in the garden. Grandfather took one cherry and Rakesh promptly ate the other two. He kept the last seed in his mouth for some time, rolling it round and round on his tongue. Then he placed the seed on the plum on his hand and studied it. Are cherry seeds lucky? Asked Rakesh. Of course. Then I will keep it. Nothing is lucky if you put it away. If you want luck, you must you must put it to some use. What can I do with a seed? Plant it. So Rakesh, so Rakesh went to a corner of the garden where the earth was soft and leading. He did not have to dig the soil. He pressed the seed into the soil with his thumb and it went right in. Then he had his lunch and run off to play cricket with his friend and forgot all about the cherry seed. When spring came after the winter that a year, Rakesh went to the garden one morning. He went to pick up what he thought was a small twig and found to his surprise that it was well roots. He stared at it for a moment, then ran to fetch his grandfather, calling, Dada, come and look. The cherry tree has come up. Grandfather advised you should water it now and then. Rakesh ran indoor and came back with a bucket of water. Don't throw it, said the grandfather. Rakesh gave it a sprinkling and circled it with pebbles so that he could easily spot it out. The plant, growing slowly at first, sped up when the monsoon rains come at each grow attract prill to one of a got at all the leaves. Only the main stem and two thin branches remained. Then towards the end of a rainy season, when new leaves appear on the branches and stubbled grass cutter cut it into two with one of a sweep of her scythe. Maybe it will die now, said Rakesh, but the cherry had no intentions of dying. By the time summer came round again, it had sent out several new shoots with tender green leaves. Rakesh had grown and taller too. He was 8 now, That monsoon Rakesh went to home to his village to help his father and mother with the planting and ploughing and sowing. When he came back, he found that the cherry tree had grown tall. Even when there was rain, Rakesh would sometimes water the tree. He wanted it to know that he was there. The cherry tree's first visitor was a bright green praying mantis. The next visitor was a herring caterpillar who started making a meal of the leaves. Rakesh removed too quickly and said, "Come back when you are a butterfly." One morning when the sun came out, grandfather came into the garden to let some warmth get into his bones. He stopped in front of the tree and called out, "Rakesh, come and look." There was a pale pink blue zoom at the end of a branch. "There are so many trees in the forest," said Rakesh. "Why do we love it so much?" "We planted it ourselves," said the grandfather. Rakesh touched the smooth bark of the tree, ran his hand along the trunk, and put his finger on the tip of a leaf. "I wonder," he whispered, "is this what it feels to be a god?"